Happy, what's today? Wednesday. My glasses are dirty. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody's ready to get this day started. I'm a little hungry. I don't know why I'm hungry this morning. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Y'all, my glasses was dirty. Like for real, for real. Like they were dirty. I hope everybody enjoyed the show yesterday. I hope you shared it because sharing is caring. Because that is what we are here for, to help our sisters out. This is the 19th day of my birthday month. So I'm thinking about having a dinner. So I need a location to have the dinner. Like where we all can meet. So y'all let me know. Where would y'all like to, where we can go and hang out and have dinner? Y'all let me know. And maybe we can pick a central location. My birthday is the 29th. I will not be here. But maybe we can meet before and or after. Because I'm all about that. Y'all still want to have a birthday party. I'm not playing. I still want to have that. All right, so let's get started with the Fearless Morning Show. The quote from the day comes from my favorite person, Maya Angelou. She's the only reason why I wanted to go to Winston-Salem State. She's one of the reasons why I always had a love of words, but Maya just sealed the deal. Her quote is, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." I think, sometimes we get so caught up, like I said yesterday, we think surviving is success, and we get so caught up in that we forget that we're really not living. We are just striving, or we're just surviving and we're not striving, and we're not doing the things that we need to do. So that is the great morning, Miss Valerie Margaret. I'm so used to Miss Valerie saying great morning. Good morning, Margaret. I saw Margaret was at the beach yesterday. When I tell you I'm so ready to be there. And the fact that I'm going to the beach for my birthday. And then I get to come July 27th. I will be in Tampa. I will be at the beach again with Margaret. So I am excited. So here's the Fearless thought of the day, y'all. Yes. The Fearless thought of the day are, what obstacles are standing in our way to building our strength? Are there any obstacles to building your strength? And what are they? So I have 3 that could possibly be the reasons why you're not building your strength. And your strength could be, yes, it is the spot. That's why we're going to live there forever. So building your strength could simply mean building your strength of your attitude, the strength of yourself, the strength of your life, the strength to do the things you need to do, the strength to change. So what are the obstacles that stand in your way to building that strength? What are some things that are prohibiting you from doing what you need to do? First one is fear of weakness. Fear of weakness, because we as humans, we have an aversion of failure, of weakness. First of all, we don't want to appear weak, and it could be it's something that we're not good at. So we are naturally weak because it's like you're not going to be good at redirecting your thoughts when you have negative thoughts when you're first starting out. That's not going to happen because you're new at it, and it's going to take you a minute to get better at it. So you practice. Fear of weakness of showing who you truly are, maybe because you don't want people to think that you're weak because you're so vulnerable, and that's where you need to be sometimes. Fear of weakness is something that you're not strong at. It's something that you're not good at doing. The second one is fear of failure. Y'all, we all as humans have a fear of failure, and that can be one of our biggest obstacles to building our strength, to building the life we want, to building the relationship that we want, to building anything, is fear of failure. I am so guilty of fear of failure. Like, guilty of that fear of failure. Do you understand? Like, you have no idea. And fear of failure can do one of two things. It can keep us right where we are, as we all know. It can motivate us, or it can scare us half to death and we're paralyzed and we don't do anything. Margaret, really? I just worked out this morning and I did a dumbbell. I did weights this morning and my arms are literally shaking. Build your muscles up, build your strength. But we all have fear of failure. Like, I have a fear of failure of, like, when I said I wanted to do this women's retreat, my biggest fear, or the biggest obstacle standing in the way of me building my strength of hosting events, was my fear of failure, and that nobody was going to come, or nobody wanted tickets, or, just a whole host of things. I had a real fear of that. And it took Margaret talking to me in her only the way Margaret can to say, that's not an option, first of all. Second of all, you need to handle your business. I was like, oh, okay. But fear of failure can keep us, it can keep us stuck. It can keep us right where we are. It can keep us living in the same place. Fear of failure can keep us working the same job. It can keep us around the same people. Here's another, and we always do confessions and conversations over here with me. One of my fears is I got over this one real fast, but it took me a minute. I didn't want to leave my friends. Girl, guilty. I'm just so guilty. Like, JoJo, really? Yes, I am. And we all had that fear of failure. But one of my fear of failures was, and fear of weaknesses, and I think they go hand in hand, was hanging around the same group of people all the time, knowing I was not meant to be with that group of people, and not being able to tell them, not to say that they weren't any good. They were amazing people. They were not amazing people for me and where I wanted to go and the journey that I wanted to do. Like, I'm not saying I couldn't be friends. I'm not saying we couldn't hang out. I'm saying I had a fear of failure and weakness that I didn't want. And I think it was my mindset that I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And I didn't want to seem like I was better than everybody else, to do something different, and then to do something different and it failed. And then I have to go back to them people to say I failed, and for them to say I told you so. That had me stuck for a minute, because it was my weakness and it was my fear of failure that kept me with that group of people. And then it hit me one day, JoJo, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Do it. So I didn't make it, this great big announcement that I'm going to go do this thing. I simply detached myself slowly, because at the time I wasn't big girl enough to just cut it off, cut those friendships and that relationship off. So I detached myself slowly to do the thing that I was meant to do. But my fear of failure kept me with that same group of people. It kept me in my routine. It kept me doing the things that I wanted. Yeah, to get there's strength in numbers. And so my fear of failure kept me at IBM for a long time. It kept me at McDonald's. It kept me at Duke. And then life has a funny way. I had found my dream job working for an attorney. It was my favorite job, still is of all times. But, right, A to the man. And you got You got to understand your levels of your friendships. And I don't think it is anything wrong or mean to say that I have different friends on different levels, but it was my fear of failure and my fear of weakness that kept me where I needed to be. And then that last job that I had, that was my absolute favorite. The market went bad and they didn't really need me to do my job anymore. So I was laid off. And so then I'm forced into another realm where my fear of failure and my fear of weakness kind of kept me balanced, keeping me in the same circle, to now that security of fear, wow. Security of fear of failure and security of fear of weakness was instantly gone. Because, wow, JoJo, I never thought of it like that. Wow. So, y'all, the fear of failure and fear of weakness kept me in the same place. It kept me the same. It kept me with the same people, kept me in the same job, kept me doing the same thing. But when that was gone, I didn't have any choice but to build my strengths. There was no more obstacles there. There was no more excuses there. There was no more reasons there. So my fear of failure and weakness had to go, because I had then to take immediate action, because I didn't have a job and I had 2 kids and my family was 348 miles away. Look at that. Fear of failure and fear of weakness was my safety net. That's good. That's good. I need to write that down. Fear of failure and fear of weakness was my safety net. Yes, popcorn moment, honey. What? Y'all, let's apply this to everything. Your fear of failure and fear of weakness. Girl, yeah, Kim, did you see me get it? Like I got it for my whole self. Just wow. Now let's apply that to everything. Let's apply that to relationships, friendships. I can apply it to my whole life across the board and see where I use it as a safety net, not to take action, not to do anything. That is amazing. Your fear of failure and your fear of weakness are your safety nets. They are keeping you right where you are. That is amazing. They're keeping you right where they kept me in the same job, y'all. They kept me with the same. And even when I left the job or left the friends, that fear of failure and fear of weakness kept me picking up the same people again. Right, Margaret? That's exactly, Valerie, that's right. Until our back is against the wall. So those are the first 2. The third one, I done got caught up, y'all. I had a moment. The third one is fear of your true self. So what are the obstacles to building your strength? Fear of weakness, fear of failure, and fear of your true self. I think we don't need to add nothing else to that list, dog. That's it. That's everything. Fear of your true self. God, y'all, that go hand in hand. So when I didn't have the safety net of fear of failure and fear of weakness, I wasn't being true to JoJo. Y'all, I'm getting my whole life by myself. I'm trying to tell you. Fear of your true self. Because, JoJo, let's bring it on in the circle. When I had the safety net of fear, failure, and weakness that kept me stuck, so that's my excuse for not going, then I could always say I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I want to do. I didn't want to know what direction. But when that safety net was gone, I then had to look at my true self, figure out what I wanted at my core, what made my soul happy. Come on, somebody. And then that's how I found out I needed purpose partners. That's when I found out I had to stop doing the thing that kept me stuck. And so the strength is totally, y'all, I got this for my whole self this morning. Come on, somebody. Fear of weakness, fear of failure was my safety net. It kept me with the same people doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I couldn't leave IBM. I couldn't leave Duke. I couldn't leave the law firm, because I'm afraid I'm going to fail out there and my weaknesses are out there and they're going to be exposed. But as long as JoJo stays right here in this space, A to the men, she's okay. JoJo is okay. Young Mitra is okay, because that safety net of fear of failure and fear of weakness keeps me from taking responsibility of the action that I needed to know. But when that was gone, Come on. Number 3 was fear of your true self. That's why we hold on to those things. So then when my safety net of failure and weakness was gone, I had to look at my true self. That's when my journey started, y'all. And I have been piecemealing this journey all the way. I piecemealed it when I left my abuser, living in a shelter, got the job. I'm piecemealing it getting my master's degree. I'm piecemealing it going to do. I'm piecemealing it getting a PhD. I'm piecemealing it away. But when all that safety net was gone and I had to go with my true self, A to the men, Miss Creed, Perriman, that's when I understood my purpose partners that I needed. That's when I found purpose partners. That's when I defined what a purpose partner was. And it took me years to even put purpose partners together. I just knew I needed a different thing of people. And y'all know, if y'all caught the show, go back on YouTube and watch it. The 7 things I'm looking for in new friends, my purpose partners. That's where that came from. A to the men, look at me get my whole life together this here morning. I have learned today. A to the men. I have learned today. And see, sometimes you do the steps of things, but you don't have the words, the articulation to put them into words. And I am a lover of all words. But that just brought it home for me today. So what are the obstacles to building your strength? Y'all just see me work through it, honey. Please learn from me. That's why I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. What better place to be than here with me? Y'all just saw me work that right on out for myself. Let's please apply that to all things in life. Fear of weakness, fear of failure, fear of your true self. And when you get to that, when I understood what I wanted, what made my soul happy, what I wanted to do true to my core, I am my sister's keeper. And I stopped doing the things that supported my weaknesses and my failures. I'm going to wake up kid. Let me be quiet. Because here's the thing. When I wasn't living true to who JoJo was, and I'm trying to be the first lady, and I'm trying to be this, and when I had all of these titles and all these things, I wasn't being true to me at all. That fear of weakness and that fear of failure will keep you, my friend, stuck with the same friends, stuck in the same job, and this is where your self-doubt, your self-esteem, how you see yourself, all of that comes into play. Because I felt like I couldn't leave these friends because I wanted more. And we talked about asking for things up here. But we've always asking for things here, but accepting them on this here level. Why is that? Freedom, y'all know after I got that, freedom is my new word for the period. I want all things freedom. And then I got scared because asking for freedom meant I could have been relieved of my job, freedom. I could have been relieved of friendships and relationships, freedom. So you got to be careful what you ask for. But that fear of weakness and fear of failure will stop you from asking for it. Because as long as you scared, I ain't really got to ask for nothing. As long as I don't know who I am and take the steps I know to figure out who I am. All of these things are obstacles to my strength. All of them. That's why I can never hear the whisper. That's why my whisper will never be a roar. That's why my whisper will never be a shout. Right. It's about living free. And your living free ain't got to be my living free. Okay? Your living free could be giving up that friendship or that habit or that thing that you know that is serving your weakness and your failures. Because right now, when we're not living in our strength, and like my man Grant Cardone says, when we choose not to be great and live big, we are doing more damage to ourselves and we are damaging those around us. A to the man. Fear of our true self, fear of failure, fear of weakness. Right. You are so considerate. Hey, we got to do it. A to the men, Kimberly. We write them checks, boo. Fear of weakness, fear of failure, fear of our true selves. What are the obstacles to building your strength? And your strength could be the strength to move past them friendships, to move past that crazy relationship, to relieve yourself of a religion. And Dr. Miles Monroe said something that I absolutely love. He says, religion gives you something to do. Kingdom living gives you something to be, because God is the king. He provides for our life. We live in his kingdom, so there's certain rights we get living in the kingdom. He said religion gives you something to do. That means you're busy in the church. It gives you rules and regulations to follow, who can and cannot, how to marry, what to say, what not to do. Religion gives you that. Kingdom gives you something to be. So it removes all the stipulations that your religion has placed on us. And sometimes we need that fear of weakness. We need that fear of failure. We need not to know our true selves, because that keeps us, what's the word I want to say? It keeps us in a box. It keeps us right where we need to be, so that we're not stretching ourselves to understand that there's more to us than our work, church, and what we do every day. There's more to us than that. But if I'm afraid of failure and of people seeing my weakness, then I'm never going to build up. My fear of failure was, I'm going to have this women's retreat August 23rd through 25th. It will be in Clearwater, Florida. I'm afraid. I'm not even going to lie. Fear of failure was choking me. That if I have this women's retreat, nobody's going to come. And that's where your purpose partners come in. That's when I can call my Margaret. I can call my Valerie. I can call my sisters and be like, okay, I'm scared. I'm afraid. Here we go. And they go with me. The fear, yes. And we're scared to pop out of it. And for me, my fear of failure and weakness was, I know I'm different. I may not, y'all look what's on the wall from the, y'all, this is coming together like nobody's business. Y'all remember last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about I may not be the lion, but the lion's roar has fell upon me. Look at that. There's a lion right there. Never knew it. He been on my shoulder the whole time. So I knew I was not the lion, but the lion's roar has fallen upon me. That means I may not have chosen this thing, but this thing has chosen me, and I have no other option. There's nothing left for me to do but to be the lion's roar, period. And the lion's roar says, here I am. Where are you? It says, here I am, sister. Where are you and how can I help you? Let me tell you what it really says. Let me get this sticky right. It says, here I am and where are you? What can I do for you? The lion's roar sets boundaries in place. And it alerts people that you are powerful and you are present. And the lion's roar says, I will not be quiet. Come on, y'all. Am I getting this all? Y'all just here with me as I'm getting all this today. So when I'm stuck in those friendships and I'm stuck in those relationships with my friends and my family, and as Grant Cardone says, I'm not choosing to live great and I'm damaging myself by living small, by pushing myself into a smaller version of what everybody wants me to be because they can't handle my greatness or where I want to be and what I want to do. So I'm damaging myself even more to accommodate them, along with my fear of failure and weakness. And it was because I'm living in that because I don't want to hurt their feelings, because I know I'm different. But if I go out here and be different and it's not how I think it's going to be, or it's not working out how they said it was going to work out, then I'm having to deal with, JoJo, we told you not to do that. We knew you couldn't do it. Then I got to deal with that. So you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. So I'm going to be damned over here being all the things, living in the freedom, being great. Because if you're going to damage yourself living small, that's a given. And if they assume I'm going to damage myself living different, then that's okay too. Because both things are going to happen. They're going to think it and they're going to say it regardless. I am my sister's keeper. Y'all know my quote. Here it is. Somebody is waiting to hear my voice and they will not move until I move. Somebody's waiting to see my action and they're not going to take action until I take action. Even if that's your mama. Your mama's fear of weakness and fear of failure may be holding her back, and she is entrusting her child to carry it on to the next level. Y'all, I done got this for my whole self this here day. A to the man, Margaret. Let's get it. What are the obstacles to building your strength? Fear of weakness, fear of failure, fear of your true self. And they all go hand in hand. And my sisters, that's where your purpose partners have got to come into play. Right. I asked you, does that life right? And if it doesn't, and here's the thing, if you got, let's be clear, everybody got a mama issue somewhere or had one down the line. We got to understand that our mothers and our fathers gave us a foundation. And they gave us all they had to a point that they could give us. It is now up to us to move past that. But if your fear of failure and your fear of weakness and your fear of living true to yourself is so overwhelming that you stay in that and you're mad and you're angry and you're frustrated. I don't want to live here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to work where my mama work. I don't want to live in the same town my mama live in. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to the same church she went to. I don't want to have the same religion. But because your fear of failure and your fear of weakness and you not wanting to live true to yourself because you scared to speak up for yourself, you're going to live that lie. You're not going to live true to who you are. So now you angry and frustrated. So now your crazy is seeping out because somebody else imposed their lifestyle on you and you chose it to keep it. So now you mad. Now you mad at your mama and you mad at your friends because mama and them said. But that's your fear and your weakness and the fear of your true self. When we start this journey, y'all, we fighting the old you with the new you. You might as well get your boxing gloves on. And y'all know I love boxing. 5 days a week. Love it. And you will work some stuff out. Yes, holding on to old tradition. And they don't. I can respectfully decline my mother's way of living. I can respectfully decline that I can't live my friend's life. Okay? I can do that with all the respect in the world. I'm simply going to step aside because here's the thing. They're stuck in that with you. You may not have been the lion, but the lion's roar has fallen upon you. They're waiting on you, my sister, to do the thing. She said she got pink gloves, not the white ones. They're waiting on you to make the move. They're waiting on you to change because their fear of failure and their weakness, it has a stronghold on their life and they can't go. They can't go. They waiting on you. They waiting on you to make that move. Somebody's waiting to hear your voice. They will not move until you move. Period. Speak up. Here's my other quote. Came through February 28th. Strengthen your voice by speaking your truth. You got to speak the truth for your family. Strengthen your voice by speaking your truth. Yes, the lion's roar has fallen upon you. And it is the whisper. So it starts with the whisper, and the whisper is something that's not right. Maybe I am the one to do something. Your whisper then becomes a shout, and that means you have awakened all the dreams inside of you, and you now are expanding and stretching. So your whisper has now become a shout, and then your shout, you have to live it. You have to live your whisper out loud. That means that thing that will not leave you alone. I am my sister's keeper. I am the only live past crazy specialist. It won't leave me alone. So I've got to live that whisper out loud. And eventually your shout becomes a roar. And your roar doesn't have to be loud. Your roar can simply be a statement. I am my sister's keeper. I am the only live past crazy specialist. And if y'all was with me yesterday, y'all saw where I said, I used to say up until yesterday, who am I? I'm just JoJo from Forest City, North Carolina. Hey, we had a liquor house. I worked at McDonald's. Who am I? And then it hit me yesterday. That's who I am. I am JoJo from Forest City. I have been blessed to have 2 fathers who raised me very well. I am, because who am I? That means I don't know. I know who I am. Yeah. This show was for me this morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We're having confessions and conversations about everyday life. Fear of weakness, fear of failure, fear of your true self. You need you some purpose partners. And if you don't know what purpose partners is, I'm going to go over to YouTube and find that video. But if you go to YouTube, because I have all 410 shows up there now, and simply type in purpose partners, and you will see the video. And I list out the 7 things that I'm looking for in purpose partners. And number 7 is Everything I'm asking for, I'm willing to give. And I want somebody to celebrate me who is true to me, and I'm true to them. It ain't, oh, I'm happy for you, girl, and then you talking behind my back. I'm looking for that Margaret, Valerie, my creeds that say, Jojo, we don't really care. We understand you scared, but the purpose is so much bigger than you being scared. That fear of failure, yeah, we're going to have to put that on the back because you got things to do. You need to be able to call them purpose partners, whether you know them or not. I'm just saying. 410 shows. A to the men. Y'all. And y'all gonna make me cry. All of these topics of time right in together. They came with the quote today. And I had no intention of any of this coming together. The quote from the day from my girl, Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. And to do so with passion, compassion, some humor, and some style. And y'all know my other Audre Lorde. What's her quote? When I dare to be powerful and stand in the strength of my mission, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. I done memorized that one. I didn't even have to look it up. When I dare to be powerful in the strength of my service, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. It don't matter. No matter if I'm scared, because the whisper says, I am my sister's keeper. The whisper says, Jojo, you are the only live past crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with you? The whisper is saying, I'm having to live the whisper out loud. I'm having to have the roar. And my roar is simply a statement. And my roar says, here I am, my sister. Where are you? How can I help you? And that roar sets the boundaries in place. It lets people know I'm alert, I'm powerful, and things are changing. And the roar also says, I will not be quiet. I can't be quiet. What are the obstacles to building your strength? Your fear of weakness, your fear of failure, and your fear of your true self. And you need some purpose partners. Can we have one, Cree, please? I'm all for that. Y'all, I'm all for that. I am my sister's keeper. And we're going to have us a purpose party. Purpose partners party. The 3 P's, we going down. Purpose partners party. Say that 3 times. But I'm down for all of that. And it's simply not saying that anybody, there's a quote that says, you are all that the greatest of men have had. T.D. Jakes says that all the time. You got 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 legs, 2 eyes, a mouth. You have everything every person that has ever been great has been. But if you don't listen to that whisper, and some people, y'all, they will never listen to that whisper, and that's okay. But it's the collective voice that makes the roar, that makes the statement. And sometimes we have to be the voice for those who don't want to adhere to their whisper. Yeah, I'm not going to be quiet. I did a whole show. Y'all making me think of old stuff. I did a show in 2018 that says, I've come too far to be calm now, boo. If I survive being thrown out of a moving car, if I survive trying to kill myself, if I survive my ex-husband choking me to death and passing out, if I survive living in a shelter, wearing somebody else's undergarments, picking up pennies off the ground so I could feed the kids, not eating. If I survive driving a car where the front wheel fell off when I went over 45 and it only held $3 worth of gas with no air conditioner. If I survive the lights being cut off, the water, everything else, taking gas out my lawnmower to put in my car so I can get to work. If I have survived all of that, baby, I have come too far to be quiet now. I have come too far not to make a move. I have come too far not to strengthen my voice. I have come too far not to be the lion's roar. I have come too far. My sister, your story ain't got to be my story. But no, you come way too far to be calm now. You come too far to be quiet. Yes, you do have 3 G's. We are going to change the world. And we will. I am my sister's keeper. Because I'm a firm believer if I help one sister who can impact her family, that will change the community, we will change the world. It's that simple, yet we seem to make it that complicated. It's not that complicated. And the change that you want to see is the change that you got to be. Number one, if you say, I can't change because all these people are around me, crazy faces you front on. Change how you looking at your crazy. You look over there. Because crazy can only come at you direct. It can't come at you when you're going in another direction. Sometimes your family is looking at that. And I know Kim. We got Miss Kim over here in the corner. No more tire problems. That's right. I always got Barnes tire. Please understand. I always got Barnes tire. Girl, y'all, those purpose partners are real. You have survived too much to be calm. You have come too far to be calm, to be quiet. You have a voice. Strengthen your voice by speaking your truth. Yes, it starts with one. Let me tell y'all this as I close out. People won't tell you that they're watching you. They will show you that they're watching you. And I love my sister to death. I don't even know if my sister even watches the show. But I'm always on my sister about eating right, living right. And JoJo, I'm not going to eat that mess because you always eating something crazy. Okay. So everyone, regardless of what she say, I'm always dropping information. As my daughter says, I'm a seed planter and a space giver. Rosie gave me those titles. Thank you, Rosie. So as a space giver, I let her know she can share anything freely with me and be safe. But it's also planting those seeds of ideas. Like, well, if you cook this way, it's going to taste the same, but it's going to be this. My sister, y'all, let me tell you how I know that somebody's waiting to hear my voice and they're not going to move until I move. My sister don't eat no fruit. And it may be the smallest of things. She ain't checking for no fruit. She ain't checking for nothing healthy. She called me, JoJo, now tell me how I eat this mango again. My sister might eat an orange, might eat an apple, but I've been telling her about the benefits of eating mango, health, whatever. So my sister calling me to say, now JoJo, tell me how to eat this mango. FaceTiming me like, ooh, this nasty. I can't believe you got me eating this. That, my sister, is change. That is planting a seed and leaving it alone, but you adding your water to it. You're adding something to it because I am my sister's keeper. And sometimes, sisters, we're not going to take it head on. We're not going to take the information. We're not going to take the change. You got to put it piece by piece by piece. And then you got to change so that they can change. Somebody is waiting to hear your voice. They will not move until you move. They're waiting to see you do it first so that they know it's safe to do it, because everybody is scared to change. Period. Everybody. If they see one person that they know doing it, it makes them think, wait a minute, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Maybe I can. Those obstacles to your strength, fear of weakness, fear of failure, fear of your true self, they holding everybody back. But if they see your sister doing it, because I am my sister's keeper, if they see you doing it, they think perhaps, maybe I can too. When I dare to stand in the power. When I dare to be powerful and stand, what is it? When I dare to be powerful and stand in the mission of my service, in the strength of my service, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. I'm telling y'all, that's it. Yep, it may be small steps, but she changing. And I'm going to post this quote. It says, when I dare to be powerful. I love this. And I don't know how I happened upon this lady. I know she's an activist. And y'all don't know too much about her. But that quote right there is everything. It becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. And that is what we're here for. That's why we are our sister's keeper. Y'all, that has been the fearless thought for the day. Those have been the two quotes. Maya Angelou quote, it was just amazing. My passion in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion, compassion, humor, and style. And then we brought it on home, y'all, today. Please make sure you share this video, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, don't forget we have a YouTube channel where they can binge watch. And y'all, I load these videos every day. They are by topic and by title. So you can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. You can send a link. And they ain't even got to have YouTube to watch a YouTube channel, in case they did not know. Don't forget, July 27th, I will be in Tampa for the first stop of the book tour. If you want me to come to your city, you want to host the only Live Past Crazy specialist in your city, please let me know. Here's book 1, Fearless Woman Born to Give Thanks. And the book is on sale, bit.ly book tour 2019. You can grab it for $9.99. Or if you want to read, you don't want to spend $9. Here's 3 free chapters so you can read it. bit.ly free chapter 2019. This is not a kid-friendly book. If you can make it through the first 3 chapters and it is an easy read, it ain't going to take you all day. Then you understand why I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. Then you understand. Book 2 is out there and book 3 is out there as well. Book 4 is coming up. I'm working on book 4, so y'all just be patient with me. But if you would like to host I Am My Sister's Keeper in your area, please let me know, because it's all about, that's what it's all about. And here's a link to that. Let me make sure I got that bit.ly right. bit.ly/Waddell Speaks, where you can just send me a message and we can talk about you hosting. Because with this retreat coming up August 23rd through 25th, it ain't going to be one of those conferences where we sit in a big room and we dress up. This is going to be more of an intimate sister group where we for real, understanding what it's like to live past crazy. We're going to understand what our crazy is, understand our foundations, the new rules to the new you. We're going to develop that blueprint to figure that mess out. And then we're not going to be interested. We're going to be committed. Because remember, if you're interested, then you're going to have excuses why you can't do something. But when you're committed, there are no excuses why you can't do it. So we're going to be committed. We're not going to be interested. Okay? I'm just saying. And if you missed all my freebies for the month, because y'all know I'm doing freebies for the whole month of June, because it's my birthday month, please make sure you go over there and check them out. And then here's a free video, if y'all want to understand 5 keys to life. That is the 5 steps to live past crazy, so you can get it there. My mental detox, y'all, because that mental detox is real. You need that. Don't play with that. So there we go. I think that's everything. And girlfriends retreat. So please make sure that you share, because sharing is caring. I greatly appreciate you guys. The fearless thought for the day. What are the obstacles to building your strength? Fear of weakness, fear of failure, fear of your true self. Find yourself some purpose partners. Find them. They are essential to your mental health and your well-being. We are our sister's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to post the rest of those links down here below as soon as the show's over, so that you can have them. And please make sure you share, and then bring a sister with you to the sister retreat. And if you want a more intimate, JoJo, I don't want to be in a big crowd, I only need 3, 4, 5 of me and my sisters, and we work through this thing. Please understand, I am not a counselor. Not. But I understand every level of it, from the depression, postpartum, to I want to kill myself, to everything in between. So I got you, boo. And sometimes we just need that listening ear. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you here bright and early tomorrow morning, maybe this evening. So I'm not sure. This is the 10th day, the 19th day of my birthday month. So we're excited. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.